Okay, we are going to take a little bit of time and actually produce this part. It's got some fairly complex geometry, so be prepared to sort of stop this video and go step by step with it. You probably also want to have activity 5.5a open while you try to complete that, or while you try to complete this part. So let's go ahead and minimize this. We're going to start off just like we always do with a new part. Create a 2D sketch. And this begins as an actual circle, which is 4 inches in diameter. Then we are going to finish the sketch, extrude it out 1.5 inches, and there we have the beginning of the puck actually made. Now from here, create a 2D sketch, and you're going to select this face. With this face, we are going to install a point. It's got a coincident constraint onto the XY axis. So we're going to pop it right about there. Click the escape key, and now we're going to click circular, which is our circular pattern. This will enable us to actually use the computer to figure out the geometry and the angle rather than us trying to just place it wherever. We're going to choose the axis, which is that right there. And you can see we have an arrow. That's telling us that the computer is now recognizing it as circular. I've got some bad scripts. Let me delete that. Sorry about that. Now we're going to choose the geometry, which is our point. And now we can tell it how many holes that we want. You can see by default it goes to 6. If I change it to 5, it figures out the geometry automatically. If I go to 58, it figures that out. For this one, we're going to want 5, and click OK. Now we're going to finish the sketch. Zoom in a little bit so I can see what's actually going on. Now that we have the sketch actually finished, we can go ahead and create holes. Now here's a few things that I want to show you. If I click the hole tool, you can see that automatically everything goes with the same hole. It's not what I want to do. So I'm going to click cancel. I am going to touch the shift button, and I am going to just choose that top hole right there. It's tough to see, but you can see that it's highlighted in blue a little bit when I move it, and the rest are green. Now I'll click the hole button, and you can see that that just is highlighted there. So using the shift, you're going to click which hole you actually want to put in there. The first hole is just a 1/4 inch or 0.25 through hole. So make sure it's 0.25, make sure it's through, and then you're good. Now you'll notice your sketch disappeared. This is where most people tend to panic. Don't panic. You've got to go right here to hole 1, expand this menu, and you are going to click Share Sketch. So once again, let me close that. We are right here, expand hole 1, right click, Share Sketch. And that brings your sketch back so that you can keep on going. Our second hole is directly to the right of our first hole. So I'm going to click Shift, and I am going to click that. Okay, so now you can see it should be selected. There we go. It's blue. And I'm going to click the hole tool, and this is going to be done with this. It's called a counter bore hole. We're going to change this to 0.75, change the depth of the counter bore, or it's 0.25 already, and change our diameter to 0.375. It goes through, and everything else is good. Click Apply, and now you can see it pops in there. We want to deselect the rest. So click the Shift key and go ahead and deselect everything else. There we go. And click Apply. My computer's running a little slow at the moment. And close that. So now we have our top hole and we have our secondary hole. Now next after that we're going to go to the third hole, which is this. Click the hole pattern and you can deselect the ones that you don't want. Click the Shift key, deselect, deselect, and we're left with that hole that we want. This is a countersink, which is going to be the fourth one down, right there. 0.75 degrees, 0.75 of an inch, 82 degrees, 0.375, through all that, so this hole is done. If that pops up, deselect the ones that you don't want. Sorry about these script issues. It's a problem with working with PC every now and again. Okay, there we go. So we got the third hole done right there. Now we have to go with the fourth hole, which is this right here. Hit cancel. Hole. Deselect the ones that we don't want because we just have one left over there. This is a tapped hole, so we're going to click the top one and it goes through. We're going to select this, which signifies that that hole has threads on the inside. We are going to change this to 0.25, which is right there. Make sure this is quarter 20 UNC. Class 1B, which is a type of thread. And we want it right hand, and we want full depth threading. Click Apply, and deselect that last hole right there. Close this. So now the only thing that we have left is our last hole to actually do, which is a clearance hole. So click hole. You can see it automatically just highlighted that last hole. We are going to, let's see, change it to the first one. Deselect thread and select that it is that one right there. We're going to change this diameter to 0.531 of an inch. Make sure it's ANSI unified screw threads. We want to change this to hex head bolt, size 1/2 inch, and fit normal. And then, boom, right there. So now we have our part pretty much made. We are going to get rid of these annoying scripts. We are going to rotate it so we can see it. Now you'll notice there's, these annoying lines and everything that I don't want there. What I'm going to do is go back to my original sketch and right click and visibility. You can see that took away all those original lines. Rotate this, make sure all your holes go through. You can even zoom in and see that this one has like the internal threads that we put on. And you are going to save this as the circular plate. Go ahead, stop this video, rewind, and replay as many times as you need to actually get this geometry correct.